All right. Let's see here. What do I do? I click on this, make it do that, and then I bring down the music. Okay, there we go. Yes, here I am slowly getting back into the swing of things after taking a unplanned hiatus from live streaming. Sometimes you have plans, and then life just has a way of making you change all your plans. And let that music just play on out there. There we go. That's nice. Let me see. Get this set. Get that set there. Looking at stuff, trying to decide where I want to start. As I get a quick drink here to wet the whistle. Let me see. Where am I? Okay, I am here. Yes, I am. I'm actually going here. Let's see. Oh, right off the bat, first in chat, I want to say hello to Tina, the Naughty Dragon. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's been a while. Yes, it's been a while. I am trying to get back into the swing of things with live streaming. Sort of thing. If you don't do live streaming on a regular basis, it feels like I'll forget everything. Like, what does this button do if I were to press hit? What does this do? What does that do? What does this other thing do? No, I can do that. I can do that. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. Eventually, I will break down and purchase StreamYards and have a proper go with this. But until that time happens, I will continue on with the free version, which I guess isn't too bad. Let's see. As I rearrange all the junk on my desk to get more room. Earlier today, my office chair broke, so I had to get a different one. It didn't break. It was like when the cushion part just goes completely flat and it's not comfortable to sit on. So now I have this folding camp chair that sits lower. It's comfy, but it sits lower. So I feel like I'm like a little kid at the dinner table or some such thing. Yes. As long as I don't get an electric shock when I push one of the buttons. No, I'm not even mixing. I'm not even messing with my mixer. I think I have that set. I think I've messed around with my audio settings enough. Anyway, let's see what I'm doing here. I'm looking at some things I want to go over, and I'm trying to decide which do I start off with first. I can go into Silo, or I can go into the big MCU news of I might as well go into the big MCU news of the week and get that over with. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. I'll start off with thank you all for joining me tonight, whether you're live, you're lurking, or you catch me on a replay. Thank you very much. And again, big thanks to Tina the Naughty Dragon, the first one in the chat. Let's see. Where do I want to go? I'm going to start off with this article. Yeah, I might as well start off with this article. Might as well. I'll get this out of the way. Oops. I clicked on the wrong thing. How about that? I thought. There it is. My mouse pointer was not. Yes, I'll blame it on my mouse pointer. I'll blame it on my mouse pointer. My mouse pointer was not where I wanted it to be when I hit the mouse button. Anyway, Den and Geek article here. Everybody's been talking about this. The big MCU news. Doctor Doom, as the headline reads, And that sigh is a sigh of uh, not knowing what to think about this, really. Doctor Doom is a way better villain for the Avengers than Kang the Conqueror. And again, a big sigh because Doctor Doom is not an Avengers villain. I think he now it's been a while since I've read the comic books, been a couple of decades, but I could have sworn that Doctor Doom was a Fantastic Four villain. But anyway, I don't know. This is crazy talk. Yeah, Tina, color me surprised with the Doctor Doom thing. Yeah, I think that's surprise is a good way to put it because I there's a point I find myself thinking maybe I'm too cynical for comic book adaptation movies now. Maybe I'm just automatically going on the premise that no matter what they do, I'm going to be disappointed somehow. That's perhaps where I have my expectations set. Is that I am going to be disappointed no matter what they do. Now, not to say I'm totally disappointed in the picking of Robert Downey Jr. for the role of Doctor Doom. I'm kind of that's an interesting pick. It's not quite the one I would have picked, but well, who am I? I'm just a fan. It's not like they would listen to me if I said, "Hey, why don't you pick somebody who, oh, I don't know, might be a better fit for the character, perhaps." But again, yeah, this is what they're going with. This is what they're putting out there. Robert Downey Jr. returning to the MCU, not as Iron Man, but as Doctor Doom. Long pause of silence there to let that sink in. I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around that because I can think of one or two other actors who are honestly, I would think would be a better fit for the character. But yeah, I'll get into that. I've got another article pulled up here that will go into that. And had to hit the cough button real quick because allergies are killer today. Let's see. I am not going to bore everybody with this particular article because it just goes on about the MCU's at a crossroads right now. Their post endgame dealings have been an overinflated mixed bag. I wouldn't even say super saturated market because this is more along the lines of oh, our movies are doing badly. It must be superhero fatigue. That's a nice, gentle way of moving the blame from the studios to the fans. It's like, oh, it's superhero fatigue. The fans aren't going to the theaters to watch our stupid movies. Whatever do we do? I know. Let's pretend we don't really. Well, it's not really pretend we don't read a comic book because they've already said we pick writers that have never read any of the comic books. So yeah. Let's see here. Where does this article go? I kind of breezed through this article. I really wasn't interested in it because I just didn't like the headline. Again, I have a hang up with this because he's not an Avengers villain. He should be introduced with the Fantastic Four, but then I don't know what they're planning. I mean, this is one of the craziest things I've seen from the MCU. Oh yeah. Tina saying I'm surprised I didn't go with Nurse Doom. Yes, yes. A quick gender and or race swap, and we could have had a Nurse Doom. They could have been daring and brave. But They're going to give us a Doctor Doom. Let's see here. Yeah, there's quite a bit said about Kang and Jonathan Majors and the fallout after that. Honestly, I just couldn't see Kang as a villain, as a formidable major villain. After you had Loki, you had Ultron, you had Thanos. How are you going to follow up Thanos with Kang? Compared to Thanos, Kang is a lightweight, honestly. Doctor Doom is a good one to follow up Thanos with. But even then, you should introduce him in the Fantastic Four. Tying him to the Avengers, I don't know. Unless there's something I've missed over the past 20 years or so, I don't know. Maybe it's just over the 70s and 80s and some of the 90s when I've read what little Fantastic Four I've read, what little Doctor Doom I've read. He's always been like a Fantastic Four villain. But let's see. There was something in this article, something I thought was interesting. Yeah. Let's see. Kang himself is not the true multiversal threat set up by Phase 4 and 5. As of now, he's a little different from Ultron. Strange. Well, I think he's quite a bit different from all these other characters. Scarlet Witch, again, I would say Scarlet Witch might be a bigger threat than Kang, but all those are all threats to the multiverse characters that could be punched into submission in some form. The real problem is multiversal entropy, because this is where they're coming from. They're having to rely on the multiverse to come up with a direction. The last few movies, well, honestly, I haven't seen the Quantum Mania. I've seen Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. It's like, yeah, it's just, you get the feeling as a casual fan, as a casual observer, let alone somebody who knows a little bit about comic books, they have lost their direction. Oh, yes. Tina's saying the Fantastic Four, one of your favorite groups, because they keep dropping the ball on them. Yes, they have. It's kind of sad when you look back and think of the, what was it, the Roger Corman low budget Fantastic Four movie. What was that, 94, 95? I forget. It's sometime way back then. That was probably the most comic book accurate Fantastic Four movie. And I'll share this one. I'll share this one. This is a lot more interesting than this Den of Geek article. I actually had to go back and read up on Doctor Doom, who he was, and I went over to marvel.fandom.com. Okay, now if I click on this, there we go. Yes, it did what I wanted it to do. That's nice. All right, okay. Victor Von Doom, Earth 616. I guess that's our Earth, because you, of course, have to deal with the multiverse. The classic Doctor Doom. In a nutshell, a Latvian politician who serves as monarch and supreme leader for the Kingdom of Latveria. So he pretty much has diplomatic immunity, I guess, when he's doing all kinds of chaotic, evil stuff. Scarred from an accident and wears an iron mask and armor to hide his true face. Considered one of the most brilliant minds and scientists on the planet. He's also a sorcerer with skills in magic matching the most powerful beings in the universe, making him a potential candidate for Sorcerer Supreme. That's kind of interesting. Yes, he is best known as the rival of Reed Richards and the arch enemy of the Fantastic Four. But no, somehow they're going to say he's a Avengers villain. I guess they still have to prop up their B team or C team Avengers. They're still trying to put that out there. So I was reading up on this a little bit earlier today, kind of catching up on Dr. Doom's history. Kind of interesting. Of course, yeah, we have the Doom first confronted the Fantastic Four by holding Sue Storm hostage. So it's been quite a bit. And like I said, I was heavy in the comic books up to 94, 95. Then I had to just drop out. All right, here we go. This is what I was wanting to get into. We have some clips from the comic books showing Dr. Doom without his mask, without his scarred face. There are a number here as I scroll down. There's a lot here I haven't really read up on. Okay, so yeah, breezing through all this, getting like the down and dirty history of Dr. Doom. Oh, here's another shot of him without his mask. Actually, I do have these pulled up in other tabs. Let's go ahead and share this. All right. Let me see if I can enlarge this. All right, so here is one version of Dr. Doom. And I'm going to go back to this. Robert Downey Jr. or this Dr. Doom. Okay. I'm not going to say Robert Downey Jr. has been miscast. I'm just going to say there were other actors I was thinking of instead of Robert Downey Jr. He's a great actor. I really like him. I really like him in the roles I've seen him in. He was fantastic as Tony Stark Iron Man. It's kind of jarring to see him picked as this is a good one. This is another picture of Dr. Doom without his face mask on. And here's another iteration of Dr. Doom. There we go. Yeah, this is another shot of Dr. Doom without his armor. Yes, hopefully Doom will last more than one movie before killing him like every other villain. Yes, the thing about these characters, these villains, is that they were great villains. They were great recurring villains because, yes, one week you could have the Fantastic Four defeat Dr. Doom, and then a few months down the line, he would be back. You could defeat Thanos, and a little bit later, he would be back. And yeah, like I was saying, Robert Downey Jr., given the benefit of the doubt, I could say I could see him pulling this off. It could be quite surprising to see him as Dr. Doom. It would be interesting to see his take on it. It's just, I think there are just other actors I'd rather see in that role, which leads me to this article right here. This is CBR.com. 12 actors we would love to see as the MCU's Dr. Doom. Now, some of these will be yeses, some of them will be nos, as far as I'm concerned. They do have a number one pick in this list of 12 actors, which I completely agree with this article's number one pick. So let's scroll down. Number 12, Christopher Waltz. Christopher Waltz has played several memorable villains already, known for Inglorious Bastards, Django Unchained, and Alita Battle Angel. Okay. I could kind of see that. Yeah. He could pull that off, I believe. That's an interesting pick. I could see that. Next, 11. Number 11, John Hamm. Known for Madman, Baby Driver, and Legion. I don't know. I can't see that. I don't know. Moving right along, number 10, Ben Mendelsohn. Shines as a sympathetic Rogue One, Ready Player One, and The Outsider. Maybe if we were wanting to go for an older Doctor Doom. Not really. Luke Evans, Fast and Furious franchise, The Raven, Dracula Untold. I can't really see that. No. Hugh Laurie. Hugh Laurie as Doctor Doom. I don't know. Maybe. Of course, everybody knows him from House. Oh, he's in Avengers 5. Oh, Avenue 5. I misread that. I thought Avengers 5. Avengers 5? Okay, no, Avenue 5. The Night Manager and House. And then some other older roles. I don't know. Hugh Laurie. That is a solid maybe. Number 7. Dan Stevens is a prolific actor with a proven range who could handle the role. Known for Legion. Oh, okay. Yeah, Downtown Abbey and Beauty and the Beast. Okay, I could see that. He could be like a younger Doctor Doom, because I think Doctor Doom in the comic books might be a bit older in appearance, but yeah, he could pull it off. Dan Stevens. Next one, Giancarlo Esposito. No, just no. No, stop throwing Giancarlo Esposito's name all over the place. Enough of this. No. Yes, Breaking Bad, The Mandalorian, The Boys. No, just no. Moving right along. Michael Fassbender. He could impress fans as Doctor Doom just as he did with Magneto. Yes, but I think he did a pretty good job with Magneto. Again, like Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. is already known as Iron Man. Michael Fassbender is already known as Magneto. So having him, I mean, if he didn't already play Magneto, I could so see him as a potential Doctor Doom. Of course, the X-Men prequel films, Inglorious Bastards, 12 Years a Slave. Yep. Rami Malek has great range and has displayed his intense evil as a Bond villain. I like him as an actor, but I think he would be not a good fit for Doctor Doom. So he gets a no from me. Viggo Mortensen. This is a good pick. Yes. Yeah, that is a very interesting pick. Viggo Mortensen can play both dark and brilliant, despite also being a great hero. Yeah, I believe he could be a good fit for Doctor Doom. Number 2, Cillian Murphy has impressed fans as menacing villains in quite a few movies already. That's a maybe. There's just something about his face that does not say Doctor Doom. I've seen a little bit, not much, of Peaky Blinders. I'm familiar with that TV show. I may go check that out. But yeah, he's from that. Dark Knight trilogy and Oppenheimer. All right. Quick review before going to their number 1 here, because I like their number 1 pick. Let's see. Right off the bat, number 12, Christoph Waltz. Yeah, I think he's the right age. I always thought of Doctor Doom as being like late 40s, early 50s. So Christoph Waltz could be a good pick for that. Hugh Laurie, an interesting pick, a very strong maybe. Dan Stevens, possibly, as a younger Doctor Doom. Michael Fassbender, if he'd never played Magneto, that's a potential one. Viggo Mortensen would be a good solid pick, I believe. Not really. Not really. Okay. Number 1 pick, Nicola Coster Waldau. This fella right here. We know him. He was Game of Thrones, The Silencing, and Against the Ice. Yeah, I like him as an actor. I can see him as Doctor Doom. I think he would do a really good job as Doctor Doom. And just comparing this image of him, let me see, aha. So comparing that to, say, this. Yeah, I think CBR's pick as their number 1 actor for Doctor Doom is a great pick. I could so see him as Doctor Doom, but we have Robert Downey Jr., who is also a really good actor. I've already seen a few people commenting on the picking of Robert Downey Jr. with some level of cynicism, some even more cynical than I am. Is this just a desperate attempt by the MCU to get people enthused about their movie offerings, or is this potentially a good pick? It could be a good pick, but only time will tell, really. Okay, let's see. Where am I going to next? I have pretty much exhausted all my thoughts on Doctor Doom and Robert Downey Jr. Wish him the best. Wish him the best. We have no idea how this is going to turn out. If the writing is there, it will do well. My book, it's this guy. All right, so let's see. Shifting gears here. I want to get back into some. Let's see. What am I doing here? I know. I'm going to show one of the shows that I really got into, and I really, really am looking forward to this. the second season of Silo on Apple Plus. This is a gamesradar.com article. Rebecca Ferguson teases that Silo Season 2 is dark and bonkers and shares how many seasons she's contracted for. Okay, for those of you who might not know, season 1 of Silo was really interesting. I started watching Silo on Apple Plus, not knowing what to expect. It took me a couple episodes to get into it, but once I did get into this show, I really got into it. They did a great job with the world building, the character development, building an air of mystery to it, because there's a lot of stuff going on in this show that just really drew me in. Let's see here. Yes, this is better. Rebecca Ferguson talks Silo Season 2. As the article goes, Silo star Rebecca Ferguson has teased the upcoming second season of the Apple TV Plus show, and it sounds like we're in for a treat. The series, based on Hugh Howey's trilogy of novels, revolves around a subterranean community. Nobody knows what's outside of this silo or why it was built. They kind of set up in the TV show that it's been like a good 150 years that people have lived underground in this humongous silo-like shelter. I mean, it is huge. It's a huge underground silo that kind of protects the people from the devastation on the surface, because they never really say what happened. It was like I don't know, massive war or climate something or other that drove people underground. It kind of starts off with the Ferguson's character, an engineer in season 1, but she ends up being picked by the outgoing sheriff, retiring sheriff, so to speak, to be the new sheriff. So when she takes on the duties of the sheriff, she starts investigating the secrets of the silo. So it's pretty interesting to get into this. Oh, and the chat I see joining me tonight, Lemon Pie. Hello, Lemon Pie. Good to see you here tonight. Howdy. Hope things are going well for you. Let's see. I really like this. I like reading this because you really get the enthusiasm actors have for the shows that they are acting in. Season 2 is dark. It's a bonkers, exciting season, Ferguson told The Wrap. It is huge, man. And the same interview, she also revealed that she's contracted for 4 seasons, and she knows the ultimate ending of the series. Still, though, Silo has only been officially renewed for season 2 for now. So yeah, I really like when actors are excited for their roles, excited for their TV projects. We're now looking at green lighting seasons 3 and 4, and I think we would film them together maybe. And that would be the end, Ferguson shared earlier this year. She also teased the ending. I believe the show has an ending. I know when that is, to be honest. I don't think it's a sequel. Well, yeah, it's based on the trilogy of novels, which I haven't read myself, but I'm kind of looking forward to getting them in the near future and checking them out just to see how the books are compared to the TV shows. From time to time, I find myself doing that. It's like, well, if I'm enjoying the TV show, how much more will I enjoy the novels? So far, Silo Season 2 is an intriguing first look that shows Juliet and the outside world, suited up in an astronaut style outfit. Yeah, we're kind of it builds up, and then season one ends with her character leaving the silo to explore the outside world, and she sees the complete devastation that is the outside world, and we're left with that. It's really good. It's a great way to do a cliffhanger because it does leave fans wanting more. Let's see. Of course, I'm going to have to look at the books now. Let's see. This is a quick article. Okay, Silo can of course be found on Apple TV Plus, the little streaming network that uh, kind of flies under the radar because aside from Silo and For All Mankind and maybe one or two other shows, I really can't think of what else is on Apple Plus. It's like the little streaming network that gets overlooked. It's got some interesting shows on it. What else did I see on Apple Plus? Oh, I saw a show called Severance, which was interesting, odd, and then it threw in some strange elements that I didn't particularly care for. I may talk about Severance and an upcoming live stream when they make their announcement for the next season of that. For All Mankind, I believe, is supposed to be out pretty soon. There are a few good shows I've checked out on Apple Plus. Let's see, how am I doing on time? I was not planning on going too terribly late tonight because I will have an early morning tomorrow. Let's see, I will leave. This is a quick article on Silo. Ah, Lemon Pie. Severance. Yeah, a friend of mine liked it. That's cool. I thought it was interesting, and then they threw in some uh, elements I was not expecting. They had some. It's like it was a good story based on the abuse of technology. That's the way I looked at it. It was like a crazy abuse of technology, and then all of a sudden they start throwing in these occultic themes to it. I was like, okay, I was not expecting the characters to be doing occultic stuff. That kind of threw it for me. I'll probably give it another chance with the second season of that, see where they take it, because it's really kind of a dark, creepy show just from the angle of here's the technology and here's the technology being abused. But yeah, Severance, Silo, and a few others. Let's see, where do I want to go? Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to go too late tonight. I'll go for a little bit longer, wrapping this up with a good K drama that I have enjoyed. Padawannabe. Hello there. Cooking dinner, but catching up a bit. Hello there. Hello there. Thank you for joining me tonight. Oh, come on. Sleep is for suckers. Yes, yes. I like to joke about weaponizing my insomnia, but there are times when I do start running out of steam. Yes, and unfortunately, the morning does come early. Yeah, and do need to recharge the old batteries before I get up in the morning. But yeah, maybe in the future I'll do like a 3 or 4 hour live stream. I'll have to work up to that. Rocket until dawn. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe 20 years ago when I could rocket until dawn, but yeah, not now. Let's see. Where am I going to next? Yes, the K-dramas. Being a pretty big fan of South Korean TV shows, also known as K-dramas, there was one I came across recently that I just binged on. It was Chief Detective 1958 on Hulu. This is, what is this? This is Decider.com. Stream it or skip it. Chief Detective 1958 on Hulu, about a team of cops fighting Seoul's gang in the face of police corruption. K-dramas are made in Kentucky? Question mark. No, K-dramas is in Korea, but yeah, or Kentucky if you really want them to be in Kentucky. Yes. No, but Chief Detective 1958. This was a fun show. This was, let's see, the opening of it, as this article starts off with, there are times when you want to watch a lighthearted police drama, especially one that takes place in an era when police work depended on more on intuition, contacts, and persuasion than it did on technology. A new South Korean series that starts its story in 1958 has that lighthearted vibe. Opening shot, it starts off with in present day Korea, an older man gets up, gets dressed. It's revealed that he's going to his retirement party from the police station. The series follows Detective Park Young Han. These names always throw me for a loop. Anyway, Detective Park is a young police detective in a small town. He's like the best detective in the small town. He gets promoted to the big city, where he essentially has to make an impression not only on his new fellow detectives, but also make his presence known to the local hoodlums that are running roughshod all over the city. So yeah, and this was a fun show. This covered all the emotions essentially. It had me laughing. It had me. There were highs, there were lows, there were moments that were like tear-jerking moments. It was great. I mean, good balance of drama, comedy, action. What this does have is, I don't know. I will play the little bit of the trailer. Because I never know what YouTube will like if I play stuff. 너 내 이름을 아냐? So there's the old detective, there's the young detective. 계획대로 움직인다. 어떻게 알고 왔기는 군대 맞고 왔지. 진짜 치사하고 내가 너 반드시 잡는다. And I'm hoping the audio goes through, because that's one thing I didn't think about, is checking to see if I'm sharing the audio or not. Oh, anyway, it's on Hulu. It's a great series. This is a recommendation from me. This is one of the, I don't know if I put it in my top 10. It might be in my, it might ink its way in my top 10. There's a good number of K-dramas in there that are in my top 5, my top 10. This could be a top 10 contender. Good casting, great action, good plot development, characters. Yes, it's Disney Plus. Yes, thanks for showing the huge Disney logo. Anyway, Hulu has it. I believe it is dubbed. I honestly can't remember if it's dubbed. It's definitely subtitled. Let's see. Sharing this right here. Chief Detective, 1958. Detective Park is a young detective who becomes furious at the reality of human dignity being violated. As he struggles to deal with it, he teams up with his colleague detectives. So basically, a young cop, experienced detective in a small town, moves to a big city, has to adjust going from a small town to big city, and make a name for himself along the way. Great casting, great flow, great tension, very fun, enjoyable series. Let me catch up with the chat, see what everybody's doing it now. Let's see. Oh, yes. K-pop is cherry flavored. Yes. Yes, you like it. Oh, wow. You only got 3 hours of sleep the night before. You're surprised you're still awake. Yeah, yeah. Some nights I do about the same and then get up and go all day. Yep. You're still awake. You're on adrenaline or whatever drives a dragon. It's coffee. It's dragon coffee. Oh, yes, yes. Snoot full of alcohol doesn't make me sleepy. Uh-oh. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'm getting close to the 1 hour mark and I'm starting to run out of steam, I can tell. So I will draw things to a close. I just wanted to share this great K drama with everybody before I wrapped up the stream. Chief Detective 1958. It kind of follows the young detective through a few years before it also starts with the detective and present day before he retires, and it ends with him uh, visiting some old friends. But this was a really fun show. And let me see what everybody's chatting about. Oh, hello, Killy Chow. Good to see you here as I'm soon to wrap things up, but that is very good to see you pop in the chat. Very cool. Oh, and DJ Ronnie G. Yeah, I've heard people comment about YouTube doing some shenanigans. I've also seen people comment about X also doing some crazy stuff. But yeah, it's the internet doing the internet stuff. I sent 5 messages that didn't show up. I don't know. Hopefully they do. That is so good to see everybody in chat. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Let's see. Scrolling back up, the first person right out of the gate to join me in the chat was Tina the Naughty Dragon. Very cool to see you here tonight. Let's see. Tina was followed in the door by Lemon Pie, who also is familiar with Apple Plus TV show. Then Padawannabe dropping by saying hello. Hello there. And as I scroll down the chat, scrolling. Keely Chow, hello there. DJ Ronnie G. And I believe I've covered everyone. Thank you all so much. I'm going to end it for tonight. I didn't think I'd quite make an hour. I didn't have much to ramble on about. There's just a few quick articles, a little bit of the news of the week that everybody's been talking about, my thoughts on the casting of the news of the week, and then a couple of TV shows I'm looking forward to, Silo, and then a K-drama pick. Anytime I come across an international TV show that I find myself enjoying, I like sharing that because K-dramas are pretty awesome. It says something when I don't find an American TV show that really interests me. I have to go to like British or German TV shows or Korean TV shows or even Japanese TV shows to find something that will be interesting or engaging. But yeah, K-dramas are usually really, really good. I may go back over like a small K-drama top 10 for like police procedurals and whatnot. Let's see. DJ Ryan G saying he's got to be up at 5. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, this has been fun. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I get my that's loud. So I get my ending theme here and last goodbyes, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's see what I'll be doing this week. You can catch me on Comic Relief Crusaders show. If I'm able to make it, it'll be Tuesdays and Fridays with Comic Relief Crusader and the rest of the gang. We'll have no idea what I'll be doing this Wednesday evening, late night. I'll find something to ramble on about or yammer on about. And then Saturdays, I'm continuing my Saturday comic book live streams where I talk about all things comic book and comic book related. This last Saturday, I had a really good stream where I was talking about the comic books I picked up over the 4th of July holiday when everybody was having sales here and there. And I'll continue that this coming Saturday. Like, it'll be the 4th of July comic book haul part 2. There might even be a part 3 to that. But anyway, yes, thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all again for catching me live, lurking, or catching it on a replay. Until next time, everyone, see you all later.